Okay, guys, we are live on YouTube. We are the one day now after FOMC last night. 50 basis point hike, not on the table. 75 basis point hike was what we got. We were looking at this pre the statement on the data that the 75 would be ultra hawkish and provide for some downside on these markets. Now, we're going to get over onto the charts and have a look at this. But one thing to mention, we are offering a 1 month free access to the Pro Trader live room for Duggan Capital. So do check out the description on this link and or the recording and get access there with a code. So let's get over onto these charts and have a look at what we've seen so far from last night. So we're down about 2.1 on the DAX right now, and really departing this area from above. So let's just kind of get on to the daily. So, we've been generally looking at this as a temperature check area, sort of a zone that we were in back on December 2020 through to kind of January, February, March 2021, breaking out there on the 9th of March, or sorry, the 8th of March, to then put in these new highs. But really, looking at the DAX, and probably it's easier if I go onto a weekly chart here, you can kind of see, basically you can see here, if I just normalize this chart a bit, here's the pre-COVID high, put in 13,717s. We're way below there. So we had a fake out to the upside here on this compression area. What we do is with compression, we look at how we entered the compression area before we went sideways, and that's where we look for directionality to exit. So all of this was a fake out on the upside. Now, I'm not Monday morning refereeing this. On the first day on this breakout, I was saying that this was a fake out to the upside, and it did. You can see here for 3 weeks actually, 2 weeks of breaking out on the fake out, and then third week, last week, pulling back to that compression area, and down we go. So just coming back to the daily, you can see that there quite clearly. And now we trade below. So we're holding up on the market, 13,273 stacks. We should trade to the 12,988s. I don't see bulls coming in supporting this really at the moment. I think we are very stretched from average pricing right now. A little bit of that early morning, sort of 8 a.m. European Open, London Open, driving us down. 9 o'clock now, 4 minutes in, and a little bit of retracement. A little bit more volume comes in around 9 o'clock. The sleepy gentleman traders coming in after they're having their breakfast. So, on the SPOs, important to note on the SPOs, how volatile things got yesterday. Last night on the figure, on the release. So, but generally, I think, look, we should trade down here to the 36.14 half. This is an area from the high here of the 31st of October, the week of the 31st of October to the high of the week of the 9th of November 2020. I like this area because once we got above here, we really picked up all the buyers here at the 36.14's half and drove to the all-time highs. Now on the way back, this just is not where this market is going to put in a low. I'm not ruling out that, look, if we need much lower, we do need a pullback to then load up the sellers and get on. Now, looking at what this market is, technically we're in bear territory here. At market, we're down 22.4%. Bear market is down 20%, which we got into earlier this week on the SPOs. So I really like long potentials from 36.14s to then get back up to more average pricing. But for now, I think you need to price in the 75 basis points, and potentially you need to price in at least 50% probability of there being another 75 basis point hike in the next meeting, right? So, Jerome was called out last night. If you were with us live, Reed was kind of saying that, he just did not want to be called out on whether they will or won't do 75 again. And it's quite clear that the Fed are keeping that option open, as they did with the last meeting. Here we are. Anyway, All right, so that's the SPOOs on the daily. Looking at how we traded last night, it was pretty wild in terms of the range expansion up and down. My reading is that this is bearish. We need to go down on the 75 basis points instead of 50. We are now going down after trying to pick up trade above 38.09s last night. We just can't get it, and down we come. So that's where I see us for the SPOOs. Target down would be 36.75s. Just a little bit of trend breakdown and pull back now. 37.52s I don't think is going to go quietly into the night. So a bit of a pullback here, or maybe even as high as VWAP 37.76s before we then resume the selling down. So yeah, there you go. On oil, oil's getting dragged into the muck a little bit here, selling on VWAP so far. I like 113s as a target, and also like 111s. We have now rolled volume-wise to the August 22 contract, so do be aware of that. There is lots of volume still on the July end 22, where 113.30s is quite an important level as well. Also to note here, gold, with the yield set to keep on rising, bonds falling, there is an inverted correlation between the price on gold and the yield. So therefore, with the dropping bonds, gold should get dragged down with that too. I don't really fancy having to figure out that sort of puzzle on gold right now, but currently supported 1829s. All right, where else can we look? We'll drop the DAX here for now. Looking at the Nasdaq down 2%, SPOOs down 1.64, and then the dollar. Yeah, the dollar is priced in a higher high for the week and for the year here. Well, since 2002. So yeah, it looks really strong dollar. I don't think we've seen the highs on the Dixie right now. I think further downside, we are going to see people going more to cash, and that is going to be a higher Dixie and an extremely strong FX environment there. So the euro should then get pushed down to this 1.036 level, and I think you're looking back at something like 2002 levels for the euro. So it's really not a great looking picture here. We are going to get the BOE interest rate decision today out of the UK at 12. I won't unfortunately be on for that one, but we're currently supported 1.2107s. Yeah, all right. So that is it for me for pre-US live. Just thought I'd get into this before we see further kind of volume and selling coming into these markets. Let's see what we get. I mean, are people going to be buying this dip in front of a 75 basis point hike, on the back of a 75 basis point hike? I don't think so. All right, so please do click the link to like and subscribe, and we have a code now for 1 free month, which is a limited offer at the moment for 1 free month subscription to Duggan Capital Discord. So I hope to see you in there. All right, have a good session. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.